hopefully you can hear me okay. I thought I'd do a modifications overview on the bike, because all I've done recently is my life on a GSX-S1000 vids, and I never really talked about the bike, what I've done to it, because I've done quite a lot to it. I'm planning to do like an owner's review as well if I get round to it. I'm a bit busy at the minute with work, but you know, aren't we all? So let's go over mods that I've done for the bike. So it's just to start off with, it's a 2015 GSX-S1000. I've had it for about just coming up to a year now. I paid £6,000 for it. Mod wise, I'll put up on the screen relatively now how much I've spent mod wise. It's got to be 4 figures at least, but let me talk you through what I've done. Fucking trying to get a quiet place on a Saturday is a nightmare these days. But right, first of all, let's start with the front end. So hopefully you can see in the GoPro, I've put on this Pugue, is that how you say it? Pugue windscreen. I'll be honest, mainly for aesthetic purposes. I think it looks better with that. You can form your own opinions, but in my opinion, I think that looks better with and without. I'll show you a picture without as well now. Or maybe if I can be bothered, I'll show a picture. But yeah, that was meant to be 100 quid brand new, but I got on eBay 50 quid. Good deal. But I'll put in the description and probably on the screen at some point, just how much everything costs. So that's that. Moving, like I say here, I've got some RNG LED indicators. Cannot for the life remember how much they were, but I'll put that on the screen. Got some Bad Dog brake levers and clutch lever as well over here. Really good, full adjustability. Well, I say full, 6 positions on each one. You know, I like them. I've had them on all my bikes, and I've had 5-6 bikes in the past 3 years. I've been terrible. Really good, really easy to install. You know, the feel good quality. Right, moving on, and if we move down, so it's a bit mucky, but got the RNG fork protectors here, and I've got the RNG radiator guard as well. I put on this rim, well I didn't put it on, it was there and I bought it, so rim tape, I think that looks pretty good on this bike. So now, if we move next, right, so now moving on to the side, what should we start with? I've done crash protection from RNG again. I've used them on all my bikes, they're really good, everyone knows they're good. Engine case slider, just in case the worst should happen. I've put on a full Black Widow exhaust system, I don't know if you can see that there. Full Black Widow exhaust system. Sounds really nice, not that expensive compared to other systems. Let me give you a start up, so get the gloves out of the way. Give you a little start up, then you can make your own opinion. It's typical Jigsaw noise. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. And like I say, it wasn't too cheap. They always do next day delivery. Customer service I've always found has been really good in my experience, so yeah, I'll keep going back because I like it. Moving on now to the rear, I've got RNG tail tidy, you know, standard, we all do that, don't we, on our bikes. Tail tidy. I've got a different number plate because it's still legal, but the fucking, oh, that was a nice sound from that Maserati there. Yeah, the big ass fucking number plate it comes with, like that big, it's like fucking dinner plate, so got rid of that. Put obviously the LED indicators as well. Oh, missed something on the swing arm. I've got some paddock stand bobbins, as that's what they call them. Moving on to this side before I step in all the shite that's in the countryside. We've got another bobbin again down here. God, I sound well out of breath. I promise I'm not this unfit, I promise you. Another engine case slider, another bobbin, crash protection. So that's all. Fuck it. I'm not unfit, I promise you. I don't know why I'm so out of breath at the minute. But yeah, that's all that. Let me give you a quick run on this. So I also got these Rizoma Dynamique, I think they're called. Dynamique mirrors. Pretty good. I mean, let's be honest, the visibility's not brilliant because, I mean, look at the size of them. But, you know, they've got a nice blue tint to them, and I quite like them. They're functional, you know, and they look pretty good. Compared to the standard ones, which are just fucking big and bulky. Right, so next. Well, I could do heated grips, you know, Oxford heated grips. Standard in it on any bike. Well, for me anyway, I've always done it on all my bikes. I put heated grips just on. It's one of the first things I do. I did look at getting heated gloves, but I don't know, man. For me, just having to charge the batteries for the gloves, and I just think with this, it's there. You know, I don't have to charge anything up, and because I'm lazy, I can just come, turn it on, and you know, that's it. I've wired in a Garmin Zumo sat nav for when I do my tours. What else is there to talk about? I've got a tracker in it. I bought a Monimoto tracker as well. I've had that on 3 bikes now. Fantastic, brilliant. It's only like 40 quid a year or something. I just had to change the batteries and refit it, but yeah, that's a quality bit of kit. And also, another thing I've got a power commander as well. I cannot be bothered to take off the rear seat and show you, but because it's a mess in there with all the wiring, I need to tidy it up. So please forgive me, but take my word for it. I've got a power commander in here. Actually, what? Hang on a second. People won't take my word for it, will they? Just thinking, I might as well just show you, even though it is a mess. Please forgive the mess. I need to tidy it up. But as you can see, power commander, Dyno Jet. So I've got that in there. The bit of tape's on there to stick it to there because I fucked up the installation a bit, so I just put some tape on it to hold it down. It's a bit of a DIY job, but yeah, power commander, and that's about it, to be honest. Not much else. I think that's about all I've done, but it's definitely got to be in the 4-figure region. I would have thought the the cost. Don't tell the girlfriend, whatever you do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little vid. I just thought I'd do a quick vid just explaining the mods I've done. I'll tell you what, for other GSX-S owners, I'll tell you what I recommend and maybe what you can leave. So, obviously, it's all in my opinion, obviously, but the screen, if you think it looks fine without one, I personally wouldn't bother. I didn't buy it for the wind protection. I bought it just because I think it makes the front look a bit better. But it makes, I'm 6'2", 6'3", I think 6'2", but that makes no difference whatsoever. When you're on the motor, when you're at high speeds, it makes absolutely zero difference. So if you want it for actual protection, just don't bother, because it doesn't do anything. I mean, it looks like it comes up, and it to be fair, it does take a bit off like your chest, but not, you know, on a long journey. It's all on your head, innit, the wind. So I personally wouldn't bother unless you like the look of it. Indicators, again, it's the same thing. If you think they look good, then definitely get them. I would say they're better than the standard because they're brighter, obviously, because they're LEDs. Tell you what, let me just. They're a bit mucky at the minute, but you can see they're a bit than the standard ones. They're a bit brighter. So me personally, I prefer the look, but would I recommend them? Yeah, I would. I think they're good. You know, turn the ignition off. What else? Would I recommend the RNG crash protection? All of it, like the bobbins, the engine case sliders. Yeah, I'd recommend it. If you dicks, if you want to protect your bike in case the worst should happen and you've got the money to spend, I'll put a figure up now on how much all the RNG stuff cost me. But yeah, why not? I mean, I don't think it's quite subtle. I know this is not as subtle, but I'd recommend it. Yeah, I like RNG. Used on all my bikes. What else? Let's move on. Would I recommend the exhaust system? 100% yes. 100%, because you'll find with GSX-S's the catalytic converter as standard is welded onto the header pipes. So for me, I think however much it was, I'll put it on the screen. I think it's definitely worth the money because it sounds, in my opinion, it sounds a lot better than the standard. The standard still sounds nice, but you know, with the exhaust system, I just think it sounds a bit better, personally. Right, next, power commander. I would 100% recommend a power commander if you're putting a full exhaust system on. Yeah, I know it's not cheap, but at the end of the day, you do get what you paid for. Sorry, you get what you pay for. Sorry, you get what you pay for. That's what I meant to say. It makes the bike run smoother. It does improve the throttle response. I'll admit, not 100%, but it does improve it. So yeah, I would recommend that. Right, moving on. Tail tidy, would I recommend that? Well, 100%. I think everyone does that, don't they? As soon as they get a new bike. 100% on tail tidy. What's next? The mirrors. The mirrors, would I recommend them? Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've got to duck an elbow to see, you know, most of the time. You've got to do additional checks just to make sure nothing's there. But for me, that's a trade-off I'm willing to take, if you will. Because I like the look of these a lot better over the standard, I'd rather do the extra checks and have these fitted. I just think I like the little blue tint they've got. Yeah. Heated grips, would I recommend them? Well, obviously, yeah. I've had them on every single bike I've had and they're fantastic. So yeah, 100%. If you ride year round like I do, don't get me wrong, I don't ride every day. I've got a car as well, but I try and ride quite a lot because I love motorcycling. But if you ride in the winter and the autumn and all that, then yeah, I would definitely recommend heated grips, 100%. Levers. Yeah, I would definitely recommend levers because you've got adjustability there. So I find that with standard levers, the clutch is either too far out or too far in. So yeah, I definitely recommend the levers. Alright guys, and that's the video. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you want more of this kind of thing, to the few subscribers I do have. Yeah, I thought I'd just do a little, you know, what mods I'd recommend, etc. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, see ya.